All right, thank you for being here. I'm going to try to share with you 10 tips for smarter working in about 1,000 seconds.
Wow.
So that's about 100 seconds per tip. Some expectations management. Some of these are totally common to you. Some of these might be a total eye-opener, and most of them will be like, I knew about this, but I haven't tried it. So if you think it will work for you, I would like to invite you to try it at home or at work. And just give it a chance. So I have home cooked this mix for today. And I'll show you how it works. I just grabbed one. There is 12 in there. So if I go fast, there's 2 bonus. And I'm going to open it, surprising myself as well. Alright, this is the first one. And I like to work with visuals, so I'm writing them down, like drawing them down for you. Alright, so this is my first tip. And this is about biorhythm. So this is like 3, 6, 7, 9, right? So my tip is work out your biorhythm, because every time of the day has an ideal activity for you to it. Everybody's got his own biorhythm. For instance, for me, I'm very good at absorbing information very early in the morning. And usually I was sleeping at that time. So I changed my daily rhythm into getting up early in order to absorb some more information. There's also an ideal time of the day to work out, to go to the gym. That's around 3, 4 for most people, but maybe not for you. The tip is work out your own and adjust your schedule to it as much as you can, so you can fit more suitable activities into your day. Who would benefit from this tip? David, it's all yours. Alright? Oh, here's the little rubber band, so you can wrap it up. Alright, thank you. Who would like to draw the next? Oh, the big one, that's my favorite one. I will present it for you. This is my favorite one, so we had that at least within the 100,000 seconds. This is about mind mapping. Who does mind mapping? Great. Do you know why? Exactly, it's faster. Now I'm going to present this whilst mind mapping, just demonstrating how it works. Alright, so this is about mind mapping. So you write that down in the center of your mind map. Mind map. Alright, so it's, what did you say? It's
easier.
Easier, yeah, faster, exactly. And why is it faster? It's faster because you can use keywords and symbols. So I use the symbol of the key with the keyword. I don't know a symbol that comes with symbol. Anyone? A symbol for symbols? No, I don't know one. All right, but there is a very important thing that I worked out as a dyslexic, because I'm a dyslexic. When you're creating, because there's 2 aspects of mind mapping: creating as well as reading. When you're creating a mind map, there's something happening. One is when you're drawing, because mind mapping can be done digitally as well. When you're drawing, you use both left and right brain, and they're connected when you're drawing. because you're thinking analytically and you are drawing creatively. So they're working both together, so you use the maximum capacity of your brain. So the other aspect about creating a mind map is that there is, usually the next tips I will draw first and then present, because this is about mind mapping, I do it at the same time. Translation. There is no translation between understanding and words. You don't have to describe, you just draw. And that works really fast and smart. So when you're reading, it goes the other way. Hang on, not understanding to... Yeah. When you're reading, it goes the other way. You don't need no translation between language, A, B, C, and understanding. That's a little light bulb, right? So you save time again, if you're mind mapping well. Well, is this clear? Mind mapping? Who would benefit from this tip? You would? You can have it. All right. Next one. Would you like to draw one? Yes. Yeah, you can open it. Oh, I'm not going to make anything. All right. Oh yeah, this is a nice one. The best way to eat an elephant is? One bite at a time. One bite at a time, exactly. How does that work? Did you know that? How does that work? Say you get an assignment, this is tip 3. You get an assignment and you're kind of overwhelmed by the majority of it. It's kind of complicated, so it's like a mountain in front of you. When you have the courage to look at this mountain through your magnifying glass, it will eventually show a whole lot of small tasks, actually, like Googling, talking to someone, read an article, brainstorm for 10 minutes. If you have the courage to look at it that way, your elephant will be eaten in no time. Who would benefit from this tip? There you go. Next, Cynthia. I'm in Russia now. 4th tip. Oh, I'm not going to draw this one. Use keyboard shortcuts. Who knows what keyboard shortcuts are? Great. So, who's using keyboard shortcuts beyond Ctrl-V, Ctrl-C, etc.? Not everyone. You know how it works? When you are using your trackpad or your mouse, you're actually performing a hand-eye coordinated movement. And that costs a lot of energy and a lot of time. Also, when you're dragging an email to a certain folder and you lose it somewhere along the way, like you lose it and you have to dig for it, it costs a lot of time. So when you're using keyboard shortcuts, these commands will go into the your finger memory, like a piano player learns to play piano. So you don't think about it, it goes automatically. So my recommendation is that you figure out what commands you use with your mouse regularly. Find on Google for the program you're using, what keyboard shortcuts are, and learn about 3 a week. So you'll be navigating like a pro in maybe 3 or 4 weeks. Because 80% of your keyword commands, or of your commands, will cover, I think, about 10. So 10 commands will be about 80% of your navigation. So it's faster, it's more accurate, it costs you less energy, and it looks very professional. Who would benefit from this tip? Santiago. There you go. Oh, and it avoids a lot of injury as well. Someone from the back. From my home cooked mix. Anyone? So that was number 4. Was it number 4? Yeah. Use keyboard shortcuts. Oh, if everybody has questions, please ask me, because I'm not sure if I have time again. Oh, I love this one. All right. I'll draw first. What does that mean? This is about speed reading. Have you ever heard about speed reading? And I'm not talking about scanning or diagonal, can you say that? Diagonal reading? Like you're scanning through a document looking for a certain word. No, I'm talking about reading every single word much faster and with more understanding of the text. This skill saves a lot of professionals tons of time. So the idea behind speed reading is that you learn to read as if you're reading aloud to yourself. So your reading speed will be about your talking speed, fast. And your talking speed is about 250 words per minute. My reading speed is about 100 words a minute. So I'm really low. But most people can read at a speed of about 250 words per minute because they're reading aloud to themselves. Thinking speed is depending on how thick you are and how intelligent and how creative you are. Intelligent and creative have nothing to do with each other, by the way. Thinking speed is 800 to 1400 words per minute. So in between the words that you're reading aloud to yourself, your brain starts randomly associating about what you're reading, distracting you off your text. And that's why you're reading like this. What did I read? What did I read? And that costs a lot of time and energy. So the idea of speed reading, and I can teach you all about it in another workshop, is to approach your thinking speed with your reading. That's the idea behind speed reading. The world record on speed reading is about 3,800 words per minute with understanding of the text. You can actually ask this person, what did you read? And he'll pretty much exactly copy that.
Have there been, sorry, I was asking a question, have there been any studies to show that everyone can do this? Because I've tried and some people can't, some people do.
I thought I couldn't do it. I'm dyslexic. And I came up to a speed of about 400 words per minute, which is quite good, I think, for somebody who came from about 100. So I quadrupled my reading speed.
What about retention of the knowledge, longer term? So they can assess comprehension sort of immediately after.
If you combine it with mind mapping, perfect.
I think retention would probably depend as much on what you do after you speak.
Also, yeah. Or what you did before. Yeah. Anybody would benefit from this tip? There you go. Alright. Speed it up. Around here. A little more. Oh yeah. All right. Who has a to-do list? Great. All right. Who has things on his to-do list that have been there for more than a month? All right.
Yeah.
This tip is for you. My tip for you is have a master list. So a master list is a list with things on it that will be done thanks to you, but that will not be done with one single action by itself. So you're not dragging these things along to your next list, next week, next list, and copying them. You have this list, which is a checklist to create a to-do list. So everything that is going on thanks to you, everything that you want to move forward is on this to-be-done list, your master list. And it generates next actions, and with those next actions, you're actually moving them towards closure. Who would benefit from this? Lots of people. Did I already give you one now? There you go. So that's number 6. Are we doing good? We're doing good. Back row, back row. All right. This one is a bit similar to this one, but it's more practical. And I didn't design it myself. I wish I did. Who knows about the Pomodoro technique? Good. All right. So, do you apply it as well? The Pomodoro technique? Great. Good results? Yeah?
Yes.
Let's share it. What's your experience with it?
So I use my phone.
Correct.
So plug the earphones in, and the alarm goes, and it doesn't bother anyone around me, just bothers me, and then I go outside, get some sunlight, feel really good, come back and do it again.
Oh, what's he talking about? The idea is to assign yourself small tasks that only take 25 minutes. It really busts your procrastination habits if you work this way. You time for 25 minutes, you say I'm going to do this for 25 minutes and then take a micro break. Anything, doesn't matter how hard it is beaten by this technique. Because you get along for 25 minutes, it gives you a kickstart to get the rest of the task done as well. Basically. You could use a Pomodoro timer, but you could also use your iPhone. Anyone can benefit from this? All right, next.
Just on the Pomodoro technique.
Yeah.
So it's a rationale they're sort of putting a frame around it. So if I wanted to say this is my
yeah, that's one. And the other thing is, usually when the task is kind of complicated, your brain starts fantasizing about how it could go wrong. So you get this idea, like you see a whole mountain of undoable things in front of you. But 25 minutes will pass. And if you get yourself committed, only 25 minutes, you probably unravel at least one complicated thing and you gain motivation to do the rest. Yeah. And it's only 25 minutes. You can do anything for 25 minutes. So you could even sit in full lotus for 25 minutes. Alright. Number 8. We're doing good. We're doing good. Ooh, yeah. I think people know this one. Alright, so this tip is called big rocks first. And big rocks, you have big rocks and you have sand and you have time. This is your time. This is a glass. And when you put sand in that glass, say you sit down in the morning, you first have a cup of coffee, then you go, I have another cup of coffee, and you have a chat at the coffee machine. Then you go check your Facebook status, tweet something, you do some, email snacking. So half your day is gone with little bits of work, sand. Then you have to write that report. You've been procrastinating on it for days. So that's the big report. You get started on it and you finish that page or that chapter, that's good. And then you've got a big meeting that you have to prepare, and there's something else, and something else has to be done tomorrow. It's outside of your day. It's what's your day. My suggestion would be, do the report first, and then prepare the meeting, and then the other, and then the other, and then the sand fits in between, I promise. So you fit more in your day when you do the big chunks of work first, or at least guaranteed.
And then you can fill it up with water.
You can even fill it up with beer. Who benefits from this one?
I benefit from the beer.
You benefit from the beer. All right, that's good. It's 4 or 2 to go. Anyway. All right. Oh yeah. Have you ever experienced that you were about to concentrate on something and you were thinking about something else? That's 9. And you were thinking about, you were distracted by thoughts. Anyone? Many times, no? And usually those thoughts are not about something very nice. They're usually thoughts about things that you should be doing, things that you shouldn't forget, things like commitments to others or commitments to yourself, that sort of stuff. Well, that sort of stuff is constantly nagging you in the back of your brain, either consciously or subconsciously, and it will definitely compromise the quality of your work. So my suggestion is, keep your mind absolutely clear from thoughts like that. I should be sending my mother an email. I should be signing up for this event. I should be calling this or this person. Capture everything and anything that has your attention in a little capture book or a tool or your phone or a voice recorder. So your brain is not cluttered with anxiety, basically. So your brain is totally free from all that, and you can truly single task and concentrate on what you're doing. Who benefits from this tip?
Yes.
There you go. I'm gonna get one myself. All right. Who's aware of Parkinson's law? What is Parkinson's law about?
Activity expands to fit the time available.
Exactly. Oh, I'm tiny.
What's that being single?
So this is an hourglass and it's open. Alright, so if you say, well, I should be preparing for this meeting, or I should be Googling on something to find a solution to my problem, you could Google for a year and not find the perfect solution to your problem. So Parkinson's law is always working. You can have a meeting for an hour, or the same meeting for 45 minutes, even half an hour, and get the same results. So be aware of this. Set yourself a deadline, either in results or in time. So I Google for 5 useful solutions, or I Google for 20 minutes. Each way, I finish Googling and go on to my next task. Who could benefit from this tip? Here we go. Alright, we are up to 10. Are there any questions? Because I think the buzzer is going off soon. No questions? We move on? Next one? Next one. Alright. That's 11. Yeah, I know. I prepared 12 even. Alright. This is a very subtle one. Maybe here. Alright. Have you ever been disturbed by anyone walking into your office? Or whatever? Wouldn't you love to do this? This is a door hanger, by the way, around your ear. Do not disturb. But when you tell somebody, you break up your concentration. So what is a good way to say that without saying it?
Headphones.
Exactly, headphones. Just headphones. No music, if you can't bear music. Just headphones. Because people won't assume you hear them. Who's very good? Who would benefit from it? And didn't get one yet? Nobody? Yeah. Here you go. And my last one. This is who we're just going on. You want to hear the last one? Yeah. All right. Maybe it's an anti-climax. Oh yeah, I love this one. Can you see it when I'm... Alright, this is about support tasking. Not really. You're going the right way. Alright, my suggestion, how many people here spend at least an hour a week having a meeting with one other person? It doesn't matter. You're spending time. Alright, and who would like to have more time for a workout or do something healthy during the week? You can combine the two. You can do walking meetings. And it works better because fresh air works good for your brain. So you are more alert in your meeting. You come up with better solutions. And there is something magical almost about walking in the same direction when you're talking to someone. because you get better results out of your meeting. That's it. Thank you very much for your attention.